Hello, I'm Krista Ordonez, and I am going to show you some moves that you can do with a fit ball. So this is a ball I get off Amazon for $12 to $13. I bring it with me because I can deflate it and inflate it wherever I travel to. I use it to mobilize my spine and engage my core, all the things that I need to help overcome my general stiffness that can happen with road trips because I just did 17 hours, and I still have to take 17 hours back. So if you are on the move this summer, and you need something to bring, but you don't want to take a lot of space, I highly recommend this little thing. It is absolutely fabulous. So begin by using it for your upper back. So I'd say the space between your shoulder blades on that bottom corner with your knees bent, feet down, hands behind your head for some neck support. You want to keep that chin in. So check that you're centered here, okay? And you're steady. You have to engage your core a bit. So bringing your pelvis up into your ribs, you're going to inhale, slowly extend back. Allow your spine to stretch. Maybe your elbows can go out if it feels well across your chest. Exhale, bring your ribs down to your pelvis. Right, then it's going to tilt up those shoulder blades and inhale. Exhale. Think about very lightly supporting your neck and elongating it. So you don't want to be pulling on your neck to close on your throat on the way up. Right, you want to keep your throat open. It is just movement from your spine for 2 and 1. Inhale and exhale. So we're going to change positions. We're going to scoot ourselves down. That ball rolls up a little bit higher, going up another level into our spine. So see what it's like a little bit higher. Maybe you don't extend as far back, right? And just be mindful that you're not on your neck here. The ball is still on your thoracic spine below your neck. Inhale, exhale. You should always be able to breathe to allow your nervous system and your body to relax into these mobilizations for 2. And last. Awesome. All right, take your time. You're going to work your way up. We're going to continue with extending, but in Sphinx pose. So this is going to go underneath your sternum here, kind of right between your chest, give you a little bit of support here. So I really want you to feel the support of the ball. Allow your arms to reach out so you can bear your weight and just breathe into that ball. Getting that compression across your sternum. Try to breathe into your ribs on the backside. You can allow your chin to rest on the ball. All right, so from here, keep your hands down, but push down into the floor. Think about pulling your chest towards the ball, shoulder blades down your back, creating that supported extension, keeping it in that upper spine and down, right? So we're in that space between our shoulder blades. Press down, lift up. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower down. We're really creating that isolation in our upper back. A lot of times when we extend, we can be creating lift from our low back, but we're here just to isolate it into our upper back for 2. Squeeze that space between your blades. And 1. And then so from here, arms out like a Y. Inhale. Shoulder blades pull down. Arms come up. Chest pulls forward. Inhale. Exhale. Can you keep that connection into that mid space between your shoulder blades? 2. And 1. And down. Ooh, that one always gets me. Just creating more openness in the sternum and stretch across our front body. So let's place the ball between our thighs, hands straight out in front of you. This is going to lock your hips down and isolate just your upper back. So one hand down to the floor, other one's reaching. You're going to follow your hand with your eyes. Allow your chest to stretch, right? But don't lose connection of the ball. A lot of times we're going to open up our legs and create a false sense of rotation. So I want your knees to stay together and then stretch and then bring it back for 2. All right, that feedback the ball's giving you of how to lock your lower half of your spine. And one, and then bring it up and around and over. You could just turn away. Well, I'll just change directions. So here we go. Inhale. Oh, yeah. Feels so good. All right. You can do this anywhere, obviously. I'm over here doing it in the backyard of my in-laws, traveling for the summer. Oh, so about 3 good ones there. And then bring it in. And then turn on your back face up. This is where we get into some mobility of our low back. And we just have a couple more minutes left. All right, so place underneath your pelvis. Right, so it's not underneath your low back, it's underneath your pelvis, your tailbone, and centered right there. So our goal is trying to wake up this low abdominal connection. So you think about bringing your pelvis up into your ribs and creating this front body connection here, right? It's not a butt cheek squeeze, it is a pelvis up to ribs from our deep internal abdominals. And here we go. Inhale, exhale. Think about lengthening through that low back, stretching the spine. You could place your hands down if you have pretty solid connection here, right? Just having that awareness that it is the front and deep abdominals, not a crunch of the butt. A lot of times we can compensate that way. All right, so from here, allow one leg to reach out, creating this open of your hip flexor, but can you keep this connection of pelvis to ribs? So we're really squeezing that leg straight, allowing that hip flexor to lengthen. Push that heel down to the floor. So it's actively reaching down as if through the ground. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to give it a nice connection here from pelvis up to ribs as we lift the leg. Keep it nice and straight. Squeeze and get that stretch behind the leg and then reach it down. Again, control your spine. We're lengthening in both directions. Stretch and stretch and stretch and stretch. And last. About 3 good ones here. And then bring it in. Switch it out. So connect, engage, reach, reach, reach. Push that heel down. Really fire up that back thigh. And keep it tight here. Keep it connected. And breathe. 3, 2, 1. Now we lift it up. Stretch that hamstring point and open up that hip flexor. And repeat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. All right, so 3 good ones. And then reach both of them out, only if your back is happy. So check in with you, not do what I do, right? How does your body feel? If you're feeling too much pressure in your low back, see if you can reduce it with this connection here, pelvis moving up to ribs. If not, just slack it a little bit. We're trying to find that end range hip opener here with the control of our spine. There shouldn't be any pressure into your low back. And breathe here. Make sure everything's parallel. Feet are neutral for 4. They're not turned out. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way back. All right. So deep connection again. Pelvis to ribs, one leg up, then the other. Squeeze those inner thighs. We're going to stretch both our hamstrings up, but really keep steadiness of our spine. Okay, so inhale. Control, control. I want you to squeeze inner thigh, outer hips, and then exhale up. Stretch those hamstrings behind the leg. You do a little pull of your toes and then point of your feet. Reach away, control your spine, and up we go. Widen out your chest so the weight of your shoulder blades should stay completely still and steady even throughout this entire movement here. Maybe just a couple more. Stretch it out. And last. Stretch it out. Pull it up. Bring it down. Lift the hips. Final opener is our anti-sitting, the bridging, absolute best thing ever. Inner thighs engage, feet and knees and hips are all in line. Round through your spine, one bone at a time. Give yourself this spine massage. Think about reaching your knees away from your body so you get that front hip stretch. Your ribs come down. You get a little bit more into your glutes. Big toes, are they still down? A lot of times our feet try to turn. So keep everything grounded here and round through your spine. Yes, here we go. Inhale up. Stretch all the way across your hips, maybe across your chest, but no pressure on your neck. And from the top of your spine, bring it back down. And repeat up. Stretch it out. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Reach those knees, and lower. Maybe just a couple more here. And last. Reach those knees, and bring it all the way in and down. Whew. Place that aside as we quickly made it through about 10-ish minutes of movement with the Fitball, addressing our upper spine and our lower spine, creating rotations and all the feel good things to get you moving and continuing on in your vacations, in your movement, in your practice. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.